Okay, so I never make videos like this, ever. Like, I never, ever make videos about trying to expose people's DMs. And for the sake of their privacy, I've covered my name and theirs. But I got into an argument with a Claudette and Nia after we won a game against the Baby Hunters in Haddonfield when nobody died. And they wanted to argue my contribution to the team, even though I had the most points. Maybe it's because I was prestige 49 Nia at the time and I just said GG's. They got very offended off that, and which I don't know why. But in this video, you're gonna see exactly what I did. You're gonna see the in-game score. You're also gonna see the DMs that was exchanged between us two, and you'll see why survivors can be very toxic just as much as killer into this game. So please go ahead and enjoy your snacks while you watch. Okay, so normally I don't make videos like this, as I said before, but I want you guys to keep in mind, I want you guys to watch those gen numbers. Like, so right now we're still at 5. I'm on a gen inside the main house, right? Now, that Nia is currently being chased. For those who are new and do not understand, like when you see that entity toggle or that obsession, right? When it's moving, it just means that that person is in chase currently. And then when they get slashed with that red slash, it means they was obviously injured, right? Now, I rarely get that in solo queue. I rarely get teammates that actually know how to juke for a minute in solo queue. So it's just rare. So I'm not used to it. And we get a lot of value out of it because I'm going to be a gen jockey and sit on gens and do that. That's just what I'm going to do. The problem that I have in this game is that post-game chat, when I said GG's, now these were all console players. Like, I was able to say GG's to everybody. Well, probably not the killer because the killer DC'd and they got upset. Is the fact that, like, that's it. They said that's all I've done. Now I've done one full gen. Keep in mind, I want you to look at that number. Keep in mind. See, if I was a gen jockey, and like I said I was, I wouldn't have been iridescent in chase. I would have done all the other gens. I didn't do that. In fact, this video I was trying to do a boon totem video, like how to actually boon properly. What I mean by that is, like, I wanted to, now that was a bad place that I put the boon, which was on a porch, is because I actually thought doing the gen, I thought the boon was inside the house, and then I was going to be able to hide it, and then that way, because the gen is already completed, the killer doesn't see that. So if you play killer, you will understand that the killer don't see gens that are completed. But if it's not completed, they'll still see it in red aura. But if you complete it and then there's a totem around that, and it's not an area that somebody's gonna loop around, then you're safe. It's gonna take a minute for that killer to even find that totem. They'll hear the totem go off, but it'll take a minute before that killer even find a totem. And I was just gonna leave it at that. And normally, and I'm gonna tell you this now, this is why I always record videos, because I'm telling you this now, the facts I was able to give that Claudette. I got into it with that Nia, because that Nia was trying to make it seem as if, like, we didn't get into a long argument. Like, we didn't get into a long argument. But it's because he didn't see me with bond. See, I knew he was in chase for a minute because I saw that he was the obsession. So I don't have bond. I don't have a key offering. I just brought a map because, again, I was trying to do a boon video, right? And I ended up getting into a long, decent chase. Now, again, I'm in chase with a huntress, but yet they swore up and down that I was not in chase. All I did was just be a gen jockey. I said GG's. Thanks for gen jockey. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on now. And again, I got the DMs. I covered up their names to, you know, and my name as well too, as far as like a government name, or just even like their their gamer tag, just in case. I'm not a big content creator, but I told them, hey, look, if you guys want to check out my content, you are more than welcome. I ended up having to block one of the guys, well, both of them, just in case if dude tried to be petty and try to jump in and stuff like that. But once you be disrespectful to me, it's just pointless. Like, I don't mind if you don't like think I'm the best or think I'm really good. It is what it is. I just ask people to keep it respectful. That's rather you're keeping respectful in the comments, rather it's in, you know, game chat. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I do a little trash talk, banter and stuff like that. But I'm very, like, I'm never gonna tell somebody, you know, crazy stuff like, you know, KYF or stuff like that, right? That's just not how I am, right? And I'm not petty. I never understand why people go to people's streams and videos and be disrespectful. Like, if you don't like that person, don't watch them, right? So I pretty much was in a, as you can see, I'm in chase. Keep in mind, we're at 1 gen. The entire game, they said that I was on gens, but clearly I'm in chase. Like, clear, I have 4,000 hours, dude. I know how to mind game now. Again, now this is usually an easy map for huntresses because any range killer that you play in this map, they have pretty much an wide open range to hit you with. But house is pretty strong, which I was using as well at some point. Also, you know, if you're not that good at aiming with a huntress or stuff like that, and you know you can mind game them around a car, like it's not a problem. But anyway, I'm in the house. I'm doing like the last gen. I'm trying to knock it out, but we end up being at a 2 gen because these people did a gen so fast and they were so focused that they didn't realize that they should maybe either spread out or try to maybe do like the middle ones first and then branch out. No, they just did gens, but they swore up and down that's what I was doing. So it was really hard to get like the last gen done. So somehow I was eerie in everything but gens. And the reason why I want you to understand that is because that Claudette literally tried to tell me and argue with me about what I was showing them. Now, keep in mind, I always believe in showing receipts, and I always believe in showing facts. But what's irritating about this community and people in general is that you can show them hard evidence and concrete facts, and they will still try to argue against it. Like, you cannot argue what I'm showing you. Like, I'm showing you everything what I've done based off the stat, based off the points. Now, I don't always go off points. I don't always go off stats because let's say hypothetically I ran this hunters for 5 gens and I didn't do a gen at all. I didn't heal nobody. I didn't do nothing. But you sat on gens, you healed your teammates, and then I died, but then you escaped. Well, the game shows that you did better than me based off points. That doesn't mean you're better than me overall. It just means that I just did one emblem, which was chase, right? But if I did well in chase, if I did well in everything and more than you, and you still talking trash, I'm just confused. Now, I end up skipping that disruption or that contribution part in the very beginning, you know, like the first notch, and just show my emblems, stuff like that. But he kept making it seem like I was trying to avoid that part. So I'm just going to get right into showing you the DMs and how we got into this argument really fast. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting conversation we had.
All right, so now we're at the end game, right? And normally at the end game, I would write people GG, especially if we had like a good game. We had a 4-man out. The Huntress DC'd at the end, which I don't know why, because the game is already over with. Now you got like a 5-10 minute ban waiting on you. You know, it is what it is, right? Now, usually I'll write like, hey, GG's from P so-and-so Nia, like the number down prestige. Especially if it's like another Nia, just in case if I wrote anybody else at the time and I want them getting confused on who it was. So I was prestige 49 at the time of this recording, but now I'm currently prestige 50, right? No big deal. So I wrote the Nia and I was like, hey, GG's from P49 Nia, smiley face, right? I thought we did pretty well. Not one time did I feel like we did bad that game. I didn't. And then he responded with, thanks for Gen Jockey, GG's. No. If you saw that video, clearly I was in chase. I know he couldn't see it because, listen, like if you see, like he was the obsession, right? So this is for people who don't know whether you're a veteran player or not. If you see that someone's the obsession and you see the toggle moves, it means that they're currently being in chase. And it was moving for a minute, which means he was in chase for a decent amount of time. And I was just doing a gen in the house and stuff like that. I think I only did like 1 gen, and then I was trying to do like, you know, back and forth. Because we was at a 2 gen at the very end, right? Because the Claudettes pretty much put us at a 2 gen. So I responded with LOL, yeah. But I was mostly in chase as well. Good luck. And he could have just left it at that. Rather, he thought I wasn't or whatever. It is what it is, right? But then he put, since when, LOL. I said, dude, Eerie and chase by the slide where she couldn't hit me and loop around. I didn't go down once. She was bad in chase. Made her DC in the end. The claws were gen jockeys. I was Eerie in boldness. How did she catch you? Now, let me just say this. If the killer catches you, whether it's early or not, it doesn't mean you're trash. I was being petty here because he was being petty, right? That don't come from my life, right? Like, he was in chase for a good minute, so I'm not trying to disrespect him. So, if you get caught immediately, sometimes it just depends on, like, the bad RNG. There's times where you don't have pallets around, or it's not a strong tile or strong loot. And you can go against, like, a one-shot killer, or it could be, you know, you could be exposed. Anything can happen as to why you went down. It doesn't mean that you're trash, right? But it's just the fact that he was trying to come at me. And I'm like, bro, I didn't get caught once, and I was actually in chase as well. Right? So then, and I covered up their names so that way people don't try to come for them or me, right? I covered up both of our names. And then he said, well, dead heart ain't dead. And I said, okay, cool. I said, but she still caught you twice, so chill. He said, yeah, both times only got hooked once. All that matters is that he wasted time. And that's true, right? He wasted enough time for us to do gens to knock it out. I've always said, I was taught this, right, by somebody who taught me DBD. And I definitely appreciate him to this day. He said, it's not about winning the chase as much as it is about wasting the killer's time. And he did. But he did get hooked twice. Now, I don't know if he got hooked twice or he was left on hook. But Haddonfield's not that big of a map, so I don't know if we just left him or his teammate did. Because he was in a duo Swift, right? Duo Swift being 2 people, right? So he said, I don't have bond. I was telling him, like, I was pleading the case, like, yeah, I was in chase. And then I showed him proof. I've always believed in having proof. Have receipts. Have concrete evidence, so that way they can't refute it. So, I don't know how it was eerie in altruism, because I don't remember killing one time somebody, but I guess I was eerie in that. I was eerie in boldness, because I was in chase. You don't get eerie in boldness just hiding the entire game, right? Let me just be clear on that. I was eerie into the survivor category, because I didn't go down once, and I escaped. And keep in mind, I want you to remember, I was gold in objectivity. Keep that in mind. Because his guy, I just want you to keep that in mind. He said, yeah, I double pip too, but alright, cool. So it wasn't a big deal. I left him alone. Now, mind you, I immediately wrote his guy GG's after I wrote him. So I got the second guy message late. I put GG's from P49 Nia, smiley face. He said, you're welcome for carry, GG. Now, I don't know why I thought he said, because I kind of like misread it. I don't know why I thought he said, thanks for carry, GG, because I scored the most points. I did the most, literally. Like, I was literally almost iridescent in everything but objectivity. Keep that in mind. So I'm like, wait a minute. So I had to go to him, right? I'm like, I was eerie and chase, chill. Me and Nia carried. You guys hugged gens, LOL. I don't know how she caught any of y'all. She was bad in chase. And I had the most points. Bot. Now again, if you're trying to come for my life, I'm going to violate you. It's that simple. With respect, I'm not going to say anything, you know, that's like crazy and stuff like that. Like a lot of people do in this toxic community, right? He said, I'm playing with, you know, and I blocked out the name. So he was playing with the other Nia. This is what I'm saying. They're both together. He said, we got chased majority of the game. LOL, you did good on gens. P49, no loop Nia. You got points from being on gens only. Now, I sent them facts, and this is what I hate about this community. It's like, if I'm sending you facts, like, shut up. Stop trying to argue against me, dude. Clearly, it shows that Gen was, like, ironically, the least amount of points I had. I had Iridescent and everything else but Gens. So how was I mostly on Gens? If you see the video, they were literally knocking out Gens left and right. Like, while the other Nia was, like, in chase. Right? And then he said, show the numbers after I put the screenshot. He said, wait, I don't know what you mean by how she caught any of us because she only got one hook and that hook wasn't on me, though it was me and other Nia who was mainly looping her. So now I either have to assume that other, like the Nia that was in chase, that wasn't me, was either left on hook or got caught twice because he had 2 hooks by his name if you check out that video. And I'm like, show me yours. I mean, you up here trying to tell me, you know, everything else, but like, you're not showing me anything. Why do I have to show you everything? It's like somebody bragging how much money they got. I'm showing you bank statements and receipts and all of, you know, my portfolio, all of that stuff, but you're showing me nothing, right? He said I didn't clip it, and my clips only go back like 15 minutes. And after that game, we did like one more, and we closed DBD. I messaged, so now he starts like messaging me like on the PS app right now. I'm on console, like me, just like, so I'm on the controller, he's on like the app. And then he said, I showed you mine. I wouldn't be eerie in boldness if all I did was hide all day, goofy. He said, but you clipped it, so I don't know why you scared to show your points just because you know you mainly got points from gens. Keep in mind, I literally showed him screenshots of the emblems that gens was like, and I don't know why we even arguing about that. Is it bad that I was on gens if I was doing gens all day, which I clearly wasn't? Is it bad that, I mean, we all gotta, I don't understand why we're even having this discussion, like this argument, right? Is that I got eerie survival, altruism, boldness. As I said, you got eerie and objectives because you sat on gens, but I literally just showed him, if you go back, I literally just showed him that I had gold in objectivities. It's just weird. Again, I don't know why he's doing all of that. I said, clearly the image shows I was gold in objective, right? He said, I don't need to see your skills. Now, mind you, when I say skills, I mentioned him because you didn't see the whole thing. I mentioned him that I have a YouTube channel. You can check out my loops, all of that stuff, right? Again, In this game, it don't take alone skill. It just depends, right? It's a lot of stuff that goes into DBD that I feel like you don't understand. He said, I don't need to see your skills, and you really weren't in chase most of the game, so I don't know why you tried to lie. I said, what are you looking at? I was referring to like the image. He was like, you really tried to say me and other Nia carried, but me and the other player carried you while you did gens. And if you watch the video, I did like 1 gen, if that. He said, I said, but I did the best, LOL. He said, really tried to message and say GG's from P49 Nia. Who mans? So, excuse me for just trying to say, hey, GG's. Like, we all made it out. I said, I have receipts. Where's yours, bot? This I start to get disrespectful because I'm like, you trying to come for my life. I'm going to come for you, right? He said, as I said, you have most points because majority of your points is from objectives. But again, I was eerie in everything else but that. I said, but I was eerie in everything but objective, fool. The proof is there. He said, you still did more gens than me, which is why you had few thousand more points. But I'm like, okay, first off, you can't say I have, like, so I beat him, like, legitimately. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about this, right? I'm gonna literally show this real quick. Okay, so he had 19,000 points. I had 25,000 points, right? 20, like, for the entire scoreboard of the game. I'm not just talking about Chase. I had way more points than him. He did, in fact, the least amount. I'm not trying to disrespect what he did. I'm not saying he didn't do anything. But I could at least see if the Nia was trying to argue with me, which even then, he stopped, and he still was like a few thousand more points off. This man did the least out of everybody while he's talking. I'm just really confused. I don't know. So I showed him the screenshots again. Then he said, so all I did was just show him the screenshot. I didn't even say anything. He said, I was getting chased while you did gens. You still scared to show the numbers. The numbers he is referring to, I think he's talking about like disruption. It's like literally like the beginning. Like if you watch the video, you'll see I literally skipped that immediately because I usually don't pay attention to that. But it will show like if you had like 8,000, 10,000 like in your points and stuff like that. It's like the very beginning. It's like like, let me, if I can actually show it. It's like it says points earned. It shows like the objectives, so like the bulletin board, survival, the finger, altruism, and boldness, right? So that's what he's talking about. But I'm talking like, but even if I showed that, he didn't show me anything. He wouldn't show me anything. So like, what? Why am I arguing with somebody who's not even gonna show me anything? It's so weird. He said I'm scared to show that. I said, wait, we all couldn't be in chase. So then that's when I started to show him like specifically the no. I thought he was talking about like the evader points and stuff like that, right? As far as boldness. So I went to that, right? And I showed them everything here. Like I was like, okay, I had 11 points in like evader starting value, 61 stealth, 57 chases won, 11 pallet stuns, and I don't know, like I lost like 2 chases. Keep that in mind. I said I did everything. She couldn't hit me until the very end because I was hobbling out. I even opened up the door, right? He said, I'm saying showing your numbers of points, like points disruption. I said, show me your proof. You have none. It's okay. I'm better. Right? And I'm being petty at this point. I said, he was like, no, you're scared to show me. I said, dude, I usually just skipped. I don't have it. I'm not scared to show you that. I just don't have it. I said, why are you talking when you scored the now I put 20,000 points. He scored 19,000. So I actually messed up. He did less than that. He didn't even score 20,000. He said, yeah, because all your points mainly came from boldness. You can rewind to the first page. I carried it while you did. I can't rewind. I skipped it. Like when I say I recorded, I skipped it and I went next. But at least that's why I'm so glad I recorded that video. He says, and then I said, but you can't talk and be bad. 2 Nias carried 2 claws. Again, I just started to mess with him then, right? He said, me and the Nia carried y'all. I said, I did well in boldness and everything. He said, show your points. Show first page right now. And me and the other Nia main ace. Okay, again, I don't have the first page. He know he's being petty. I don't have that. Again, he wants me to show him everything, but he has nothing. I said, where's the proof? You have nothing to show. I already said I don't have it. The most important part is you got carried. He says, you do, but you scared to rewind because you'll get caught. Caught with what? Like, what am I getting caught with? And I said, ironically, I said, you need to stop getting carried, LOL. I started to mess with him then. He said, you got your objective points because I carried. And I said, where? Then I showed him the evading points and stuff like that. And I said, once again, I got the least amount of points in objective. Like, I literally barely did anything with objective because it was already 2 gen, and I did like 1 gen, that was it. He said your iridescent boldness doesn't hide the fact that you got a couple thousand more objective points over boldness. That's why you scared to show the first. Now, mind you, see, this is the problem with this community. Like, let me pause for a second. I am literally having an argument with another teammate. Where if you watch the video, okay, this is gonna be a very long video, by the way. If you watch the video, nobody was selling. We did everything. It's just, I feel like it's because I'm at a high prestige, and I guess they didn't see me loop and all of that stuff, and I didn't hit a backward flips, and I didn't hit a cartwheel over the killer, and I didn't, you know, jump over a car. That I was supposed to be perfect, which I still did better than everybody. The only person that was close to me in points was the Nia, and even then they were like 3,000 points off. So even they weren't even close. Like, this is the argument that I'm having with another survivor, not a killer. I get people saying, oh, sometimes you just complain about your own survivor. It's just like, dude, this is why. Like, the survivors is, to me, is the worst in this community. The only thing about killers that get on my nerves is the fact that they act like they do nothing wrong and everything is justified because it's 4 against 1. Right? Which, again, it's an asymmetrical game, and survivors is not on the same level as killers, so you can't keep using that as an argument as to why you get to be toxic and get to hit me on hook and all the other good stuff. But survivors literally will be bad, and they could be the newest survivor, and they act like you can't say nothing to them. It is literally the weirdest thing in this game. We're literally having an argument in the DMs of us having a very good game. Like, and I just said, and all I said was GG's. I didn't even talk mess. So then I just said, stop arguing with facts, dude. I can at least see if I was like, you know, eerie and objective, but I wasn't. He said, I got eerie and boldness. You got carried. You hit 2 pallet stuns, and you just got your eerie boldness from stealthy mainly. But clearly it didn't show that. And if you watch the video, which I told him, like, listen, I can show you the video, but why am I going to do all of that? Well, like I told him, I said, I got a YouTube channel. You can check it out if he's here. If you're watching, you a bot, okay? Your mama, your daddy, no, I ain't disrespecting your mama like that. I ain't like that. But you are a bot, though. All right, so then I put, but but I wasn't. It was my least points. Like, seriously. And then it says, what you mean? So he have showed nothing. He have showed nothing. He's telling me, arguing with facts, and I'm scared to show the first fact. He is arguing with nothing at this point. He has nothing to prove, right? Then he said, because then it'll show how much thousands of points you got from objective while I was getting chased. It'll show you have more objective points over boldness. Again, I don't understand why, dude. I would kill to have teammates to sit on gens while I'm in chase. I would, like, and guess what? If he was in chase the whole time like that Neo was, guess what? I would literally sit on gens, bruh. Like, I would not move off that gen. Like, even if it was completed, I would just do the gen. You need to say if it was possible. I put if it was possible, I'll send the whole video. But again, I'm showing evidence. Then he said, man, really got carried and said GG's from P49 Nia, LOL. This time he put like 5 O's or whatever. I don't know. He's really trying to be funny, but he's not really at all. Then I said, you did the least work. You did nothing. I meant to put you did nothing. You did nothing and was in last place. He said, if that was possible, he was referring to me seeing in the video, which again, I'm not going to do. He said, then, like I said earlier, why don't you show the first page? I looped so you were able to get your objectives points, I guess. Then he said, then I said, why did you score the least? You want me to show everything and I got nothing from Trash Claude. I said, you're trash, you're my son. He said, you're my daughter, I carried you, I guess. Then I said, I carried the most. I'm a Libra, got the best Nia. You just talking, I am the best Nia on life. Then, like on God. But then he said, I got mainly boldness. It was because of me. You were able to get your objective points. I carried you. Now, let me just be clear. I don't want it to always be specifically that I'm talking about. Just like, points can only tell a certain amount of story, right? Like, let's say if I got in chase and I ran the killer for 5 gens and I didn't have any other points and any other emblems. Just because you sat on gens and you healed and you escaped and I died, it doesn't mean that you're better, right? Because at the end of the day, I feel like looping the killer is like a very hard job to do. To me, it's the hardest job to do than just healing and doing gens and all that stuff, right? And just because you escape and I die, it doesn't mean, like, because I've had teammates tell me, well, I escaped, you did, I have more points and all that other kind of stuff, right? I understand that completely. Like, I feel like when survivors do that, they're being petty and they're new and they don't understand how the game works. But this Claude is saying that not only like they did better than me, but all I did was sit on gens. But if you watch the video, I clearly was not only in chase, I was iridescent in chase, And if I just sat on gens, I wouldn't be eerie in boldness. I had more points than everybody in the game, and that Claudette scored the least. So I really don't understand what the hell are we talking about. Do I have 4,000 hours into this game? Boy, I'm not new to this. Alright, so he said, I got money, boldness. It was because of me. You were able to get objective points. I carried you. So now he's just talking, right? Then I said, you did the least work, so I did just as much boldness and did more. So I got Eerie and Chase, like you, hypothetically, even though I could have sworn while that Nia was in Chase and I was on gens, literally like 2 or 3 gens got done immediately. So, and it was only 2, so it's 4 people in the game. I'm in the house doing a gen, that Nia's in Chase. Who the hell's knocking out them gens if I'm just on gens? So then he said, you were on gen with his teammate, so you got bonus objective points. By the way, you did less boldness and more objective. And again, I don't understand, like, why are you mad that we won the game? We won the game, dude. Like, I don't understand this. Like, I don't get, like, this is why, like, this community is so dog BS, whatever, man. It's like crazy. He said, yeah, and then I said, yeah, it was my least score. You're just trash scoreboard. Like I said, I'm very petty. I went all day with this. He said it was your lowest medal, but not your lowest score. LOL, whatever that meant. Then I said I did the best I have again to prove my skills. I was talking about like my YouTube channel. All you doing is just talking, no receipts. He literally showed me nothing. Like if y'all reading this, he literally showed nothing the entire time. He just ran his mouth, and he was the least. He scored that. He didn't even score 20,000 points. But he's the main one talking. I can see if that Nia said a little bit, but then he just stopped. So I left him alone. Then he said, keep avoiding the first page. You doing the talking. You message me first, LOL. This time he only had 3 O's in it. Imagine messaging while getting carried. Keep doing gens. All I said was GG's, dude. Like, literally all I said was good game, man. Like, that's... I don't understand. Like, I did better than you. I did the best. I just said GG's. Why are you coming for my life, dude? Like, I don't understand it. Then I said the page means nothing, because it didn't. It really don't. I'm sorry. It was just really dumb. And then I said, then he said, anyways, I got to dip right now so we can keep texting after for sure. The F you me? What? So I'm going to be like chilling and just trying to eat, and like I'm going to be like asking you what time you off work. Are you off at 10:30? All right, well, I'm on the game at like 9 a.m. So like I'm going to message you more about trash talk. Like, dude. After this, I'm gonna block yo. Dude, I don't want to curse. I'm not going to curse. I don't like cursing like that in my videos. I try to keep it like respectful. So I'm not going to curse. But dude, I'm not finna keep doing that. Then I just look at the score, right? He said you mad that you have 4,000 hours and you got called out on the fact that you got carried. He said, I said no one has any proof or content other than me referring to this and like my YouTube channel. I have both. Your guy went down twice. You're hiding the fact. He said you're hiding the actual proof by avoiding the first page. Which, even if I had the first page, he wouldn't show me his, right? Because he said he didn't have it. So how come he don't have to show his, but I gotta show everything? I'm sorry this is a long video, but I said I guess the baby huntress. The proof of your contribution all was in that 19,000 points. So everything he's talking about was 19,000. He said 19,000 with mainly boldness. Whereas your points inflated with objectives, LOL. And then I said, where's the proof? Show me anything. I said, saw you on gens in the house. And then I didn't like include like more banter because that's all he did. He said, anyways, as I said, gotta go right now. So we'll text more after 4,000 hours and still bad at DVD. Where's your proof that your points is mainly boldness? Medals don't matter. It's the score distribution that matter, right? And then I'm just like, no, I'm better, and check out my YouTube video, ho. LOL. I only put 1 O in mine, and I said, and you're all blocked with a frowny face. I really didn't want to block him, but I really don't care. I really was glad that I did. So yeah, and that was pretty much it. And then I'm just showing you like this is the points. He had 19,000 points. He did the least, right? So that's pretty much it, man. Like I said, man, I just feel like in this community, what make it bad already is that I feel like the devs already like ruined the game by buffing up killers, even though killers was averaging at least 2 kills a game. So I don't know why they needed to buff. But the fact that survivors just are so entitled. I literally had like damn near an argument for an hour with somebody of how he won the game. You literally won the game. None of us died. Everybody got out. the killer DC'd. I don't know why that even happened, but legitimately, this is like one of the worst community in gaming I've ever been a part of. Like, I am so, like, listen, I don't care if you're a survivor, if you're new, or if you're old, dude. Please don't be this entitled. Please don't be like, dude. Like, bro, we won the game, dude. Why? And you scored the least amount of points, and you got carried by the one and only Libra God. Like, be thankful that you was even in my presence. Like, godly. Like, I don't know what to tell. Like, geez Louise for really, though. But, listen, if you guys enjoyed this video, it took me forever to make it. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I will be playing other games once I reach partner, because I just cannot do it in DVD alone. I'm sorry, dude. I play this game every day, all day, and this is what I get. I get entitlement. I get ungratefulness from my own teammates. Like, yes, the ironic part about it is that killers is naturally the survivor's enemy, as it is for survivors being a natural enemy to killer. So whatever the killer does, BM and all that stuff, I may talk my trash because that's what I do. But when you are legitimately getting sold by your own teammates and getting trash talked by your own teammates for winning the game and doing the best you can, or you just getting like sabotaged by your own teammates, it's just worse. It's just bad because it means you have no friends in this game. It's so horrible. But hey, I'm gonna keep it moving though. I'm gonna go ahead and chill though, and probably eat or relax or whatever. If you are new, please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and watch my other clips. And if nothing else, have a blessed day. And peace.